Good morning. It's Sunday again, the 23rd of August. For some people, it's getting close to the end of summer. Here in Phoenix, we have another month or two of extreme heat. I've been watering all morning, but my guides wanted me to come on and talk about the Manosphere. And this may take a number of different recordings. But today, what I'd like to talk about is I'm going to tell you a story. Tell you a story of my life, from my life. It's about the Manosphere. There's many, many, many stories, and pretty much horrendous, like a lot of women's, but it could be worse. Many, many women have had it rougher than me, but my journey has not been easy. So anyway, today in the news, in the rotating news headlines, there are a couple of fraternities at Penn State who have been literally running drugs, cocaine. And this includes all of the people at the fraternity and their fathers. Not all, I don't know exactly who, but a lot. They all knew about it because they were for their hazing ceremonies for the new recruits. They had to cut the bags and, weigh it out and, for sale. So what I'd like to tell you about is my college experience with both a frat boy and an athlete. So I guess I was very naive going into college. Well, I spent 2 years at junior college in Johnson County, which is now a 4-year accredited university, but it was really a good school at that time. So I spent 2 years there, got all my requisites done. Then I went to University of Kansas, which is where I graduated from, with a degree in journalism, specializing in advertising, or whatever you want to call it. There's a word for it. It's not majoring. It's, I don't know. Anyway, advertising was my focus. I did learn about PR and writing and how to build a campaign. Like, I've used my skills my entire career. I just kept them fresh with digital. So, through my own learning. Anyway, the first story is about an athlete. And I was at KU finally, so excited. And I took like a 600 level psych class because I'm very interested in psychology. So I thought, okay, this will be a great class. Fulfill some of my requirements. This will be great. So I got in there, and it was a big, big arena type of, well, I don't know if arena is the right word, but whatever you call that word, where you all look down at the professor and there's lots of seats, probably 100. But all of a sudden, I guess, I had no idea how, but this athlete, this big, beefy athlete guy that was apparently on the football team, I had no idea who he was, approached me after class one day and said, "Hey, I missed some classes. Can I borrow your notes?" No, can we study together? That's what he said. Or can we study together? Meet at like a coffee shop or wherever it was, Denny's. I don't know where we met back then. It was in Lawrence, Kansas. So anyway, I said, okay, I guess. It was a public place. I didn't think I'd be in danger. So I agreed to meet him. So I get there, and he basically gives me a copy of the test and tells me to fill it out for him. This is a true story. And I'm like, where did you get this? And no, here's my notes. We can study together. You're welcome to borrow them, but I'm not filling out your test for you. And furthermore, where did you get this? So apparently all the athletes had all the tests, and they just went to whatever girl, I guess, or whoever they thought was smart that they could con into filling out their test for them. So anyway, all the stories I'd heard about stay away from athletes, they will rape you at their parties, and they're also incredibly stupid and incredibly entitled. And honestly, I never liked football after that, and I still don't. I think the actual sport of it, whatever, that's fine. If you want to do that, it does cause massive head injury, so I think you have to be kind of stupid to do it. That's just me. I have a best friend who loves football, and many people love it. Fine on you. I find no value in it. My brother loved it. He did teach me the game, like what the downs were, how it worked. So I understand it a little bit, but nothing could be more boring, in my opinion. Okay, second story at college, the same year, which is my first year there, which was really technically my junior year in college. I met a frat boy. How did I meet him? I was in another 600 level class. This was logic, which was also a computer science class. It was both. So you do these tables that are yes/no tables, and that's how they program computers, with zeros and ones. That's about all I know about it. I mean, I made it through the class, but let me tell you more. So anyway, this guy, again, approaches me. He's a frat boy. I don't know about the frats. I don't know which one he was in. I don't give a shit which one he was in, because I think all of those are stupid too. I'm sure there's a place for some of it, but given today's headlines, that's kind of how I feel. Hazing, people die in the hazings. You have to be part of a cult to be in it. I am not interested. So anyway, this guy, who was a frat boy, who was from my hometown, Kansas City, invited me to go study. Okay, and I'm like, by this, I'm a little, okay, well, but he was, one of the rich boys, you could tell, he was like, I'm like, well, okay, sure. So he came over to my house, which I lived with three other girls. There were 4 of us total. I lived in a room like 8 by 10 room, I swear. But we lived in a house and off campus, just slightly off campus. Anyway, they were there, and so I felt safe. So he comes over. We're in my little room on my little twin bed that barely fit in there. Once again, he has a copy of the test. He didn't ask me to fill it out. He's like, well, we can study from this. I'm like, oh, he goes, yeah, we have files full of every test for every professor. This is the frat. The fraternity has that. And I just felt bad and but I did. I studied it with him. So that's how we studied. And I felt guilty, like kind of slimy. And then he left and like, ugh, blah, okay. So we took the test. So he comes racing up to me, boldly stepping up. So what'd you get? And I'm like, well, an A, of course. And his face fell. He spun around. He walked off, and he never talked to me again, because apparently he got a B. That is a true story. And that is really encapsulates what I think about frat boys and football sports guys, especially being a very naive person, just new in college in the 4-year university and on campus. Oh, wow, the big guys on campus. So, I mean, in terms of the manosphere, I have a very specific outlook on that. First of all, it's not going anywhere, because all of our souls are equal and we're just in a different body this time around. So it's just not going anywhere. So you can, pretend like you're superior. You can pretend like this and that. You can, throw your dick around. You can do whatever. By the way, no one wants to see that ugly junk. They've been lying to you. Nobody wants to see it. Maybe other guys, but not girls. Anyway, just a side note. So, the manosphere, it's not going anywhere. So why don't you start being a real soul with real choices, real thoughts, feelings, intuitions. Be a complete person instead of a cartoon comedy of what you think is a tough guy. So that includes all the triple Trumpers, that includes all the incels, that includes all the new MAGAs who are mad at Trump, which go, the enemy of my enemy. Just don't be stupid. Be intuitive. Be complete. Be real. Because the manosphere is going nowhere. Anyway, that's my first video I make on this subject. I have a lot more stories. Love all liberals. Love you. Bye.